Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends Hasbro live stream wrap-up, or fan stream is what they call these, with their brand new reveals. First live stream from the Hasbro team, or 2/3 of the Hasbro Marvel team. We have Ryan and Dwight here presenting new figures for us. They started the live stream, though, talking about some figures that have just come out. I just reviewed both of these figures right here, and then they have some of the reveals that we'd seen already. These are getting in people's hands now. And then they talked about the stature, build a figure wave. So we saw those reveals, and we already have those figures in our sights. And again, this set is something that I'm very much looking forward to. And they had the Guardians 3 wave out on display over here. So, my feelings towards this have not changed at all. And by the way, if you are trying to pre-order your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So yeah, this camera angle was blurry the whole stream. That was just really frustrating. I was trying to let them know, camera 2, please fix it, but they couldn't see, or I don't know. But anyway, getting on to the reveals for the day. They started out with Ben Reilly, Spider-Man, and I guess this is his latest suit. I haven't kept up with the current books, and I gotta say, I love that they're reusing the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body mold, and I gotta say, it looks really good. They have a new head sculpt over here. I believe this is a new head sculpt. Those eyes look totally different, so yeah, it looks solid. I'm going to add it to the shelf, man. I'm a sucker for the Spider-Mans, so I want the Spider-Mans, all right? So I'm going to get the Spider-Mans. And then they gave us the Chasm reveal, which looks pretty sweet. The paint apps and everything look just spectacular on this thing. So we do have the pinned joints, which is unfortunate. Not every figure is getting the pinless tech, so we're just having to get used to the combination of that. I hope they plan on rolling out the pinned joints, but, this is what it is for the moment. The deco looks good. Hopefully we get upgrades later on, but I'm happy to also have a new character to the collection. Then they gave us a new Miles Morales in his latest suit. And again, since I've had kids, I haven't been buying my comics every week. I used to, but since kids, I haven't. So I'm not up to date on the latest costumes. So for me, I'm like, oh, what? I don't remember seeing this, but I guess he has a hoodie, or it looks like a hoodie, some kind of tracksuit over here, and looks solid. You know what I mean? I can't really complain too much about it since I'm not that familiar with it. So if I knew more about it, I'd be able to give you better feedback on it. But moving on to a character that I'm more familiar with, they revealed the Rose, which I'm happy to finally see. I've had a custom Rose in my collection for a while now, so I'm going to be able to update my collection with this Rose figure over here. The head looks a little big. I know some of you get tired of me criticizing the figures, but hey, I got to criticize, and I'm being constructive here because I'm not just calling it garbage or anything like that. I'm just saying it's a little bit too big, like 5%, 3% too big. That's just my opinion. And then they revealed a new Spider-Woman Jessica Drew figure, and it looks okay. She's got the pinless double jointed elbows, but we get the pinned double jointed knees. So we have that combination going on over here. We'll talk about the female body mold later on, because they did change that up, if you wanted and if you wanted to get a little spoilery, but yeah, they saved that towards the end. And I think the head sculpt is reused on this Spider-Woman. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it's an older head sculpt there. Then they also gave us the Daredevil Elektra figure, which looks pretty dope. I gotta say, this design is really cool, and the figure itself looks really cool. She's got pinless tech and everything. It looks like she has the pinless double jointed elbows. I hate it when they use only one of the two joints there, so that frustrates me. It makes it harder to tell, and you're not utilizing the technology, man. But anyway, moving on, we have Tarantula over here, and I'm very happy to have a new Tarantula figure in the collection. I don't remember the mask being blue. I thought it was black, and I say I don't pick up new comics, but I have been consistently reading my older comics, especially my Spider-Man comics. I'm on this quest to read every issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I'm only on like 210 or something like that right now. And recently he was in the books, and I thought it was a black bandana, not a blue one. But hey, I'm happy to have a new Tarantula figure. I'm going to be stoked to get it regardless. I guess I could paint it myself. I mean, if anything, it may have had like a comic style kind of effect to it with the like blue highlights, but I thought it was black. I'll throw up some images over here in case I'm just totally wrong about that, because hey, I can be wrong. Believe it or not, it does happen. Yeah, you guys believe it. You don't have a hard time believing that. Anyway, nice images right over here. They have them on their flight stand. And yeah, so that looks pretty solid. And then they revealed or brought out the Spider-Man animated figures. We have Carnage and the Black Suit Spider-Man, and they both look pretty good. But the Spider-Man figure has the pinless toes. We get the blue highlights there, which I like. Again, this camera's freaking blurry. Come on, Hasbro Pulse team. You guys you need somebody manning the camera, you know? The camera person should have been on top of this, but blurry camera throughout the stream until towards the end. I think there's like one or two where it didn't look blurry. But anyway, this camera angle, ugh. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm stoked about the Spider-Man, not as much as the Carnage, just being honest with you right there. And then they revealed the second animated series 2-pack with Aunt May, which at first I thought it was going to be a comic Aunt May, so I'm like, blonde, what the hell? And then, oh yeah, it's an animated series Aunt May, and I gotta say, I mean, I don't know what it is, but what the hell? The facial expression over here, it's the eyebrows. I mean, it looks like she caught Peter doing something by himself that she didn't want to see him doing. You know what I mean? That's like, that's what it looks like to me. Like she caught Peter Parker, shooting his webs, and we're not talking about swinging through New York City here, people. You know what I mean? What's with the face? So just a really weird facial expression. But hey, I'm happy we're seeing an Aunt May. I always hoped for a comic version of Aunt May, but we're getting an animated series version of Aunt May. I guess beggars can't be choosers, huh? Or e-beggars can't be choosers anyway. Then we have Doc Ock over here with the same old tentacles on a new animated Doc Ock body. But wait, what's going on over here? Dwight's saying that he's not satisfied with that. He's taking them off. Oh, well, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. Wait, oh, he busted out brand new bendy wire tentacles right here, and they look amazing. Look how long those freaking things look, man. Oh, I'm so stoked about that. You could port them on the older Doc Ock figure if you want to. I love that they made those compatible. I've been asking for this for a very long time, so I'm very, very stoked. Thank you, Hasbro, for making this happen. I have just been wanting this forever, and we get the classic claws on there. Very stoked about that. There's two sets, two of them have wide open claws, and the other two have more of a grip. So they said that they're able to get Doc Ock to stand with the wide open claw hands, and I think that's just freaking amazing. Very happy having this animated series Doc Ock on top of it. I've been wanting to see this. It looks like they did not go with the whack cell shading, so I'm really happy for that too. They didn't, shard all over it with with the animated series look, so I'm very pleased with that. And man, I'm stoked for this. This looks amazing. I like perfect Doc Ock tentacles over here. The diameter of them and the claw choices, everything. I'm very, very stoked for this. So yeah, I'm pumped as hell. Obviously, the only thing is that it is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. It will be available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, but you got to have that Hasbro Pulse if you want the free shipping or whatever. So it's going to be an exclusive over there, and that does bum me out, but whatever, man. Yeah, that bums me out. What else can I say about it? But I'm still going to pre-order it because I want that Doc Ock figure hella bad. And the fact that they made this one that's, that he comes with Aunt May, I thought was a smart choice as well. So moving on, they have their Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest Initiative thing going on over here, and they started out with Iron Man, Mark 1 Iron Man anyway, and I think that's an awesome choice. I think we needed a new one of these. I'm happy to have a new one. I like that they used an actual prototype over here. You can see a little bit of marbling in the plastic. Dwight's showing off the articulation. He has that lower, waist crunch articulation. This image looks like it's in focus, and he showed off the head joint, so it looks like it's going to be really articulated, and I'm stoked about that. This is all rolling out in fall this year, so that's what that's for. And then they also revealed their first comic Bruce Banner figure, which I think it looks really good. And they also are including a Hulk, and they said that they changed up the Hulk a little bit over here. So now this frustrates me. I don't know why they did this. They covered up the butterfly joints. They told us that we have a new upper torso, which does look a little, I don't know, it looks a little bit weird. You're seeing a lot of sculpted detail on the arms, not as much on the chest. So they said they redid the upper torso, but they didn't mention any butterfly joints. So I don't know if we're getting new butterfly joints on this figure or not. I wish we were. I don't know. So we'll find out. Either way, I'm stoked to get these. And then you get removable glasses for the Bruce Banner as well, which I think is great. And then they also revealed a new Simonson-inspired Thor figure, which looks pretty good, except that they didn't update, the arms with pinless arms. That would have been nice. The head sculpt looks really good, though. And it will be a 2-pack with Destroyer, right? Is that what they're doing? All these are 2-packs. They're, revealing them at the same time. The Destroyer armor looks fantastic. It stands 9 inches tall. Very large figure. It looks like it's going to have a lot of articulation. They busted out the rows so you could see how large it looks next to an average-sized figure. So I think that's solid height. I like that. And then they show off the articulation over here, which doesn't look bad. It actually looks like a really good figure. This is actually one of the ones that I'm really looking forward to. The old school Toy Biz Destroyer figure, that was an Iron Man armor just redone. You know what I mean? But yeah, this one looks just way better. So I'm very excited for this one. And then we have Hawkeye right here with his Sky Cycle. And I got to say, this looks pretty rad. It looks nice and clean. This is something that I haven't necessarily been asking a lot for, but I'm down to have it. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, very cool. I like it. West Coast Avengers. I don't know. It just makes me think West Coast Avengers. And they gave him soft goods for his skirt piece, which I think is a great choice. I thought it was supposed to be all purple, but they made it purple and blue. But they said one of their engineers was like, how's he supposed to sit on it? And then, they ended up going with the soft goods right there for Hawkeye, and I think that was a great choice. So, excellent move on Hasbro, and we have new arrows painted right there with red. Okay. And then we have a Secret Wars 2-pack of Doctor Doom and Captain Marvel, and this looks really awesome. I'm stoked to get the classic Monica Rambeau right over here, and she's going to have single joint elbows. They said it's because of her suit design, and she will have the pinless double jointed knees, I believe. The head sculpt looks really good to me, and then the Doctor Doom looks really good too. They reused a lot of 80 Years Iron Man parts, I think, and it looks fairly solid to me. So not a whole lot of complaints over there. And then we got Cersei over here with Black Knight. So that's another one. And that's another one. Yeah, another reveal. We're talking about reveals here today, dude. But yeah, they look pretty solid. I'm not that excited for them. I'm not terribly familiar with Cersei, but her chesticles look like they're hanging pretty low over there. It looks a little bit weird. But anyway, I gotta say that. Shout out to, what's her name? Was it Miranda Sings? I thought that was all right. I stole that word from Miranda Sings. But anyway, Black Knight looks solid over here. He's got his jacket on and everything. We've seen these parts reused and everything. If you need a new Black Knight, I don't know. I like the last one they did, but this one looks good too. But one of the ones I'm really excited for over here is this new Black Widow. This is what they're calling their first super articulated female figure, and she looks freaking awesome. So she does have a lower ab crunch at the waist, the diaphragm joint, butterfly joints, pinless double jointed knees, pinless double jointed elbows. Finally, Hasbro's given us a super articulated female figure, and I think it looks fantastic. I love that head sculpt too. I'm really excited about the body mold choice, but the head sculpt itself looks great as well. And I like that you can plug in her stinger effects right over there, so that looks awesome too. This looks like a great figure, man. I am very excited for this one. That looks amazing. So can't wait for that one. Damn, I wish they were able to grab it and articulate it during the stream. That would have been dope to see. And then we also have a new Bucky cap. Yes, a new Bucky cap, which is great. I think that's awesome that they've updated us or updated our collections with this. They are using the Vulcan body mold, which they said before was meant to replace the Bucky cap mold. So here they are, replacing Bucky cap with the Vulcan body mold, and I think that's an excellent choice. I think it looks really good, and I'm going to be happy to add him to the collection. So that one, I can't say I'm like head over heels thrilled over it like the Black Widow, but I'm still very happy to get the new Bucky cap. Then they busted out another 2-pack. We have the Skrull Queen and Super Skrull, and these look pretty good, man. The Super Skrull looks pretty dope. It looks like it's all reused stuff over here between the two of them, except for their head sculpts and the cape. And the cape is going to be removable on that Super Skrull. It looks like they mentioned there's going to be new accessories, and I think that's cool, so I'm looking forward to those other accessories that they're not showing off yet. And it looks like you could take that Jessica Drew head sculpt from the one they showed off earlier in the stream and pop it on this figure if you wanted a new classic Spider-Woman. So that's neat that they included that. And then a big reveal, or I guess the final reveal, was the Super Adaptoid, which is such a trip to see. So this is a 12-inch figure, and it looks like they used the Bobby Vala 12-inch Captain America Icons figure, right? I don't know, but it looks like it to me. And it's all in green too. But I mean, appropriately all in green. And they've added elements from the different characters as a Super Adaptoid should. And it looks cool. I'm happy to add it to the shelf, man. I'm happy to add another character to the shelf as always. You guys hear me say that. But yeah, this I could see the 12-inch Marvel Legends Captain America body being reused here with different boots and, different head and some other changes and stuff. So there you go. That's all the goodies that they had today. Man, a lot of stuff. I think this is probably one of their better streams that they've had in a while. I really enjoyed it. I really liked the reveals. So that I just thought, that really good stuff. I'm super happy about the Doc Ock, Destroyer. The Hawkeye is going to be dope. The Black Widow. And yeah, I am stoked for the Super Adaptoid too. So there's, getting a larger figure makes me happy. They didn't give us any teases, but they showed off the last thing over here with their Avengers, what are they calling it? Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest. They put that there, and then they showed us this, making us believe that we're going to get an Avengers theme HasLab for this year. My speculation is Giant Man. I mean, that's the number one thing they should do is Giant Man. If not Giant Man, Quinjet. But Giant Man, come on, you guys. Giant Man already. Giant Man, Hasbro. I cannot wait, all right? So let me know what you guys think. What do you think the HasLab is going to be? Remember, it's going to be Avengers themed, so, keep your guesses there. Curious to read your guys' comments. Thank you so much for watching. This is a longer wrap-up video than usual. There's a lot of stuff that they showed off today. But anyway, stay tuned for more coming to the channel, and I will catch you guys later. Peace! Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face.